Welcome to Only the Truth. That's all you're gonna get. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to Only the Truth. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I know it's been a little while since I showed up and made a video, and life happens. And Yahweh had me wait on him for his understanding so that I could actually accurately come back here and complete the work that he's having me do. Instead of getting carried away doing my own thing, sometimes he takes me away so that he can communicate and let me know that you're communicating from me to my people. This isn't about what you think. This is about what I have to say. So I was intending, to begin sharing and teaching from some of the ancient Hebraic materials, but Yahweh taught me that the why is more important than the what. So you see, the ancient Hebraic is based on thoughts and notions of the ancient Bedouin culture, where every word in their culture is associated with some kind of a functionality, some kind of an action. They don't just have neutral words. They don't have words that don't do anything. So with that being said, this is going to be the first video in a new series which deals with the mechanisms and functionality that the ancient Hebraic writings are associated with. And I'm going to call this series Religionism, Escape and Recovery. Religionism. Fun word. Yahweh gave me that word, by the way. So, escape and recovery from what, you might ask? Well, what is religionism? It's Lucifer's trap, plain and simple. It's the easiest way to say it. It's his complex web of lies, aka the religious systems of the world. Religionism. Fun word. So that's what this series is going to be about. It's going to be pointing out, outlining what religionism is, and recognize the fact that it's a trap and avoid it. Okay. So at this point, if you're just now seeing my videos for the first time, I strongly encourage you to go back to my channel and start from the beginning with the first series that I did called Ancient Paganism Equals Modern Religion. Because if you haven't seen and understood the subject matter of the beginning series, this video will just confuse the heck out of you, as the following videos will as well. So go back and do the first series first, and then follow up with this series. I'm not saying shut it off right now. Go ahead and watch this video because this is more of an introduction to the second series. But in this video, I'm also going to let you know that in order to understand the second series, you need to have the first series under your belt. Yeah, do that first and then come back here. All right, so in the most recent video, we discussed the subject of what scriptures are we supposed to research and study now that we've discovered that the modern scriptures are made up, that they're wrong, that they're misleading on purpose. So what do we do now? What religion are we supposed to follow? What's Yahweh's religion? The answer is none. There isn't one. There never was. Yahweh never defined a religious system that men should pledge allegiance to, or any group or organization that we should be loyal to, for that matter. He did, however, describe to his people his list of instructions for mankind. Namely, Avram, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, inaccurately referred to in modern literature as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Those are inaccurate, but as I move on, later, this same list, along with a task of outlining a more detailed description of it, as well as how to more successfully follow his instructions for mankind, was given to Moshe, also inaccurately referred to today as Moses. So I already made a video about names and why names should never be translated. It's very, very important. Names have meanings. Names have a distinction to them that refers to function. As I said before, in the ancient Bedouin culture, words had function, and names are just a word that refers to a function that's associated with an individual's character. So go back and watch that video about names. What's in a name is what the video is called. So go and watch that one, and then you'll have a better understanding of why it's important to translate names. So anyway, by the time that Yahushua had arrived here on earth, the Greco-Roman order, aka the Sanhedrin, had already devised and applied their own highly modified version of Yahweh's instructions, insisting that they are right and everyone else is wrong. Yeah, sound familiar? And in this, anyone who challenges them would have the Romans to answer to. They would have the Romans to deal with, because the Sanhedrin and the Romans, they were like this. The Romans were using the Sanhedrin to control the Israeli people, the Hebrew people. And in turn, they were given perks, and certain benefits and such. So basically, the Sanhedrin became the first religious system birthed out of the heart of the earth itself, Yisrael, or Israel. That's where it came from, believe it or not. So this was known then as the Roman Catholic order, and is still today referred to as the Roman Catholic Church / cult, more commonly referred to as the Vatican, to which every religious system in the world is held accountable, by the way. It doesn't matter if it's in China, Russia, Germany, France, U.S., doesn't matter. All religious systems in the world, number one, they're pagan. Number two, they're monitored and metered by the Vatican. It's that simple. So, directly in line with Yahweh's warning about the one who deceives the world before Yahweh rescues it, the timing of the ancient prophecies declares that the whole world is right now in the grasp of Lucifer's influence, the great trap of religionism. Okay, let's go with that. Yahweh gave me that, and that's what I'm working with, religionism. So this video is an introduction to a new video series which outlines Yahweh's plan of escape and recovery from religionism. So when you see the first series defining that ancient paganism is actually today's religious systems, modern religion, you'll understand that Lucifer's trap is something that he devised long ago. Yahweh's calling it religionism, and he's going to teach us how to escape the trap and how to avoid falling into the trap again. I'm sure you've all heard this one true saying: the first step to recovery from alcoholism is realizing that you have a real problem with alcoholism. And desire to escape its grasp. Well, the same is true of recovering from Lucifer's system of persuasion, better known as, again, religionism. That's Lucifer's persuasion, his influence over the world. The key here is understanding that Lucifer is regarded in many of the ancient Hebraic writings, as well as all of the prophecies, as the deceiver of the whole earth. The only way to escape the trap of Lucifer's deception is to become immune to his influence. Okay? The only way to become immune to his influence is to understand it well enough to recognize it and then avoid it. Much in the same way you would carefully walk around a big gnarly bear trap that hasn't been snapped shut yet. You're like, ooh, that thing's got gnarly teeth that'll grab my feet. Oh no, I can't walk around. I can't walk far enough around that. I'm just going to avoid that with passion. Okay, so religionism is much worse than a big nasty bear trap, because bear traps aren't hidden in absolutely every facet of humanity, and life as we know it, like religionism is. It's literally everywhere. This is one of the most important things that Yahweh Shua came here to warn us about. So I'm keeping this video short and sweet and to the point. Once you've watched the first series, Ancient Paganism Equals Modern Religion, click that subscribe button so that you'll see the next videos in the new series. We'll be including introductions to some of the correct learning materials which define the traps of religionism and how to avoid the whole thing. And that is the first step in escaping Lucifer's grasp and pleasing Yahweh. And that's the most important part. Pleasing Yahweh is our goal. He's going to teach us what it takes to please him. The first thing, the first step is escaping Lucifer's grasp. We can't be pleasing to Yahweh while we're in Lucifer's trap. It's that simple. So these are the first steps to pleasing Yahweh. If you want to be Yahweh's, you have to learn how to escape Lucifer's grasp. And that's what he's having me help teach you how to do. So stay tuned and do click that subscribe button for real. Okay. And in the meantime, Yahweh bless you and keep you for real, keep you safe. And don't forget to check back. And I'll see you next time.